Hello and welcome back to the Happy Hour TV, where we bring you trending and exciting news. How are you doing today? I am Cece. More letter writings. The House of Reps has urged the Central Criminal Court of the UK government and Parliament to tamper justice with mercy in the sentencing of former Deputy Senate President Ecowas and House, his wife Beatrice, and their doctor Obinna Betta. The House also urged the federal government of Nigeria to take all diplomatic steps and other necessary interventions regarding the travails of the Ecowas family. Afterwards, the House directed its clerk, Yahaya Danzaria, to convey the resolutions to the British government and to the Criminal Court. You may recall that the Central Criminal Court had on March 23, 2023 found the Ecowas alongside their doctor, Obinna Betta, guilty of organ trafficking in the UK by conspiring to bring a 21-year-old Lagos street trader to London with the intent to harvest his kidney for their daughter Sonia, who was diagnosed with a rare kidney disease known as FSGS nephrotic syndrome. The call for clemency by the House was sequel to the unanimous adoption of a motion of urgent public importance by the Deputy Minority Leader, Toby Okechukwu, titled Motion on the Need for Clemency for Senator Ecowas. Okechukwu, who noted that the sentencing of the couple was scheduled for May 5th, said that the Ecowas acted out of the natural instincts of parents to save their sick daughter and not for commercial purposes. He further stated that ex-President Obasanjo had also made a passionate plea on behalf of the Ecowas, where he said that he, Ecowas, was a God-fearing and philanthropic citizen who had served his country well, and based on this, the UK court should tamper justice with mercy. The Speaker of the House said they would consider the noble acts of Ecowas' life and judge him on the totality of that life than solely on his worst act. He said he believed that the Ecowas had learned their lesson from their previous experience and they would be guided by their better angels for the rest of their lives, and if not for anything, for the sake of their sick daughter. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, Dr. Sidu Tunis, also pleaded that the UK courts tamper justice with mercy in the sentencing of the Ecowas. On April 6th, the Speaker wrote a letter to the Chief Clerk of the Central Criminal Court in Bailey, London, giving some reasons why the UK court should be merciful to Ecowas. He wrote that Ecowas was highly appreciated in the Parliament and West African sub-region for his roles in community development and the stabilization of democracy in the sub-region. Furthermore, he added that as a parent, he could relate to parents wanting to do the best for their children, and that as a sick girl, Sonia would also need the financial and moral support that her parents could provide for her in her present condition. He finally said that she may not be able to survive the ordeal in the absence of her parents. This seems to be a season of letters. Remember, Obasanjo also wrote a letter on April 3rd to the UK clerk on the same issue, of which he pleaded with them to tamper justice with mercy with regards to Ecowas' daughter and with Ecowas' accomplishments in his constituency and his nation. Obasanjo had also said that as much as he did not condone the actions of his fellow countrymen, he believed that Ecowas had learned his lessons, pleading that his sentencing should be reduced and that he will return to society a reformed man. And finally, he also pleaded for the sake of their sick daughter, if not for anything else. It seems that virtually all parties are saying the same thing. He has been an upstanding citizen, he has learned his lesson, he will live a better life from now henceforth. His sick daughter still needs her parents, she will die without them. So what's my personal take on this? Simple, you do the crime, you serve the time. If this young guy had died, the case would have become probably defunct or a case swept under the rug. What still, if this incident had happened in Nigeria, the possibility of Ecowas even being arrested would have been next to nothing. I hope this case in itself serves as an eye-opener to those who think they are above the law and can get away with anything they do, especially on foreign soil. Indeed, Ecowas will come back as a reformed man. In fact, the trio, that's Ecowas, his wife, and their doctor, will come out as reformed people. Of course, I'm also hoping that they must have learned their lesson. After all, it's difficult to believe the words of a drowning man. But there are 2 points where I agree with all parties. Firstly, good parents indeed would truly do anything for their children. I can imagine how desperate you must have been to take this route, but I believe there could have been another route to take instead of using this heinous method that could have really harmed the young man involved. Secondly, the sick girl is my point of concern. I just believe she has a guardian now to be with her through this tough ordeal. Imagine being sick and knowing your parents are paying the price for doing what they did because of you. She really does need moral support from her parents and her relatives. I can only imagine the kind of mental and health trauma she's going through right now. Well, the sentencing is 2 days from now. Fingers crossed. Let's wait and hear what the final verdict will be on the case of Ecowas, his wife Beatrice, and their doctor Obinna Betta. And that's the news update. Do hit the notification bell for more trending news. Then like and subscribe to the Happy Hour TV. Bye for now.